The Lost Hiker. David loved hiking and spent every free moment exploring the nearby mountains. One day, he decided to embark on a new trail he hadn't tried before. It was a beautiful day, and the trail seemed well marked, so he felt confident he'd be able to make it back before nightfall. But as the day wore on, David realized he was lost. The trail markers had disappeared, and he couldn't find his way back. Panic set in as he realized he was alone in the wilderness with no food or water and no way to contact anyone. As the sun began to set, David stumbled upon a small cabin in a clearing. It was old and rundown, but it offered some shelter from the elements. He decided to spend the night there and hope for a rescue the next day. But as night fell, David heard strange noises coming from the woods. It sounded like footsteps, but they were too heavy to be an animal. He tried to ignore it and went to sleep, but he was awakened by a tapping at the window. When he looked out, he saw a figure standing in the darkness. It was tall and gaunt, with long, bony fingers. David tried to back away, but the figure started to tap on the window again, this time more insistently. David was paralyzed with fear. He knew he was alone and vulnerable, and the figure outside seemed to be taunting him. The tapping continued throughout the night, and David was unable to sleep. As morning approached, the tapping stopped, and David ventured outside to try and find help. But as he looked back at the cabin, he saw something that made his blood run cold. The figure was still there, standing in the window, watching him. David never made it out of the woods. His body was found days later, with no signs of struggle or injury. The cabin was searched, but there was no evidence of anyone else being there. To this day, hikers tell stories of the lost hiker and the strange figure in the woods, warning others to stay away from that cursed trail.